Christ candle. Namaste.
Good morning, beloved of God. Right where you are at this moment, the light of Spirit shines through you. Infinitely loved by God, you are the light of the world. I'm Sandy, and I welcome you to Unity Spiritual Center of Waco this morning. If we could take a second to check our cell phones, and please stand as you are able and join in our congregational singing.
It takes a second, I forgot. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. 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 God gives me everything I need.
Let us say together our statement of truth, which is on the screen. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. We are a beacon of love and light for those who need this spiritual home right now. And let us say together our vision, mission, and unity principle for today. Our vision: to awaken an awareness of spirit in our lives through the practice of timeless spiritual teachings. And our mission: raise consciousness, transform lives, heal the planet, one person at a time. With me. The 5 principles. These ancient universal principles taught by Unity offer foundational guidance for living abundantly and staying in tune with your own divine nature. And today's principle is number 2. Human beings are innately good because they are connected to and an expression of spirit. Miss Penny, our daily word.
The daily word for today, May 3rd, is life. Observing children playing in a fountain, I hear them laughing as they dart through sprays of water, surprised by sudden geysers. Sunlight turns the wafting mist into prisms of color, a reminder that the same joy and light dance in me. Life can feel like a fountain, fun, but sometimes catching me by surprise. If I resist, I grow weary. But when I move with its rhythm, dodging, laughing, and dancing, I feel the pulse of divine life. Even in challenging circumstances, I can regard the spray as refreshment, the soaking as grace. Each of these baptisms becomes an invitation to cleansing, renewal, and awakening, a chance to grow in spirit. As I join life's dance, I am lifted. Creativity awakens, joy abounds, and I feel fully alive. And from Psalms chapter 36, verse 9. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light. Our affirmation for today, I'll say and then we'll repeat it together. With joy I dance in the fountain of life. Joy I dance in the fountain of life.
Let me dance right out here. This is the time in our service when we have an opportunity to come together to greet one another, fist bump, just say hi, shake hands, give a hug. I like giving a hug, or whatever's appropriate for you. And we especially want to welcome you who are joining us online and know that you are part of this service, and we're thinking of you and feel you in spirit. So let's do that now.
forgot what key I was in. Okay. I was like, what chord do I in? I don't know. We'll just noodle around till we find it. Alrighty. May you rejoice in the new life within you as you release the old and worn. Open your heart with praise and thanksgiving. May you see God. May you awake to a world of beauty, lifted up from times of tears, aware of the grace that tenderly carries you. May you see God. May you feel God. Was there a time in your life you might have glimpsed something unseen? Now you can believe it's real. May you look back on a life sweet with memories, understanding all was right, and in the whisper of your last breath, may you see God. May you feel God. May you know God.
Good morning, everyone. Great day. Could be like this all year. Anyway, good morning. I'm Reverend Don, and it's a pleasure to welcome each of you to Unity Spiritual Center today. Together we affirm and celebrate unity, our oneness with each other, our oneness with all it is, and our oneness in God. Your presence is essential, for we know that no one is here by accident or coincidence, and we know that each of you are a unique aspect of the energy that is Unity Spiritual Center right now today. Unity is a New Thought denomination, yet New Thought is nothing new to the world. It is, in fact, well, in reality, a synthesis of the greatest spiritual concepts from the minds and spirits of humankind across the ages. In Unity, we believe that all people are created with sacred worth, regardless of culture, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or creed. And we know that neither God nor unity leaves anyone out. So, as always, we'll start our service in prayer. So let's just take a deep breath. Just slowly breathe it in. Say, Infinite Spirit, dear loving God, we gather in this presence. We invite a deeper knowing, a quiet awakening to the truth that has always been within us. Calm our thoughts, center our spirits, and open our hearts to receive Where there is worry, let us feel your peace, your presence. Where there is doubt, awaken faith. And where there is heaviness, reveal the light that is already present. Help us to see beyond appearances and to recognize your presence in all that we encounter today. In every word, every intention, every moment. May this time together be more than words. May it be an expression of your living presence. And as we listen, reflect, and open, may we remember who we truly are, expressions of the one divine life, forever connected, forever held, forever one. And may we see your presence surrounding those who are in need of prayer. May we see your love, your light, your guidance surrounding the leaders of this country and all the leaders of the world, working together to bring about peace and harmony in this world. And may all of us reflect your light and your love as we go about our day and as we interact with others. When the disciples asked, "How should we pray?" Jesus gave them the Lord's Prayer, which we say together now is translated from the Aramaic, the language that Jesus spoke. Together, infinite presence, which is everywhere. Your name is sacred. Your kingdom is come. Your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error. Because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song, and the praise, from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. Amen. Each of us is the light and love of God, spiritual beings having a human experience. You are God's beloved, and we embrace you today. And even though we don't have any children with us, we're going to bless all of them. So we're going to embrace all the children of the world. So let's just rub our hands together, get some nice warm energy going. Hold them up and say, "Children of the world, we love you, we bless you, and we behold the Christ in you."
Good morning. Hello, hello. So today we're going to be talking about the first unity principle. And for those of you who don't remember it, you're in good company. No, it is, I believe it goes, God is everywhere, always present, and everywhere and in every circumstance. Basically, when we say every week, there is only one power, one presence in the universe, in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And the song that popped into my head, well, it didn't really pop into my head. I started kind of looking around. I was like, oh, gosh, I don't know. I mean, it's a unity principle. It can't be that hard to find. And actually, it wasn't. I was looking in some old videos that I had made when the pandemic first began. And I found one, and I hated it. It was an awful video. Great song, but it was when I was first making videos, and I was still teaching myself how to do it. Also, I was in it, And, I can't have that. And so I made a new video. And actually, I was very pleased with this one. I did have some trouble putting it together at first because I kept thinking to myself, well, what kind of stock footage am I going to use for lyrics like "you build bridges, I'll break down walls" and things like that? And I realized I didn't have to be literal. And what I really started thinking about was the true meaning of not only the principle but that song. And I started thinking about all the different ways of life in our world and how our way of life would be completely foreign to someone in, Namibia and vice versa. And even though these are outwardly such different things, it's really not. We're really all the same. We are all part of God, and God is within all of us. And so for the video, I started just looking up all different kinds of cultures and things, and a few natural wonders, because God is not just within us, God is within everything. So also that was just an excuse to put a really cool video of a whale breaching. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to start singing. I really hope you enjoy this video. I had so much fun making it. Oh, I got to put my thing in. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Whenever you're ready, Karen. Spirit is our source, our strength. We honor it with each breath we take. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love, in the name of love. You build the bridges, I'll tear down walls. We'll make a world that works for all. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, there is the truth about the life we live. Nothing hides the light we shine when we're standing side by side. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love.
Every voice is the voice of love. Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One heart,
Every face is the face of love.
one mind,
Every voice is the voice of love.
one power.
Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One heart,
Every face is the face of love.
one mind,
Every voice is the voice of love.
one power. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love.
Don't know which one I like best, the song, the video. I think you both enriched each other. Beautiful song. I had to talk 3 times this month. Poor me. And what am I going to talk about? So I thought about that and decided, well, it's easy. We'll talk about the first 3 principles. So today we're going to start with the first principle, and that'll be our talk. And there is a quiet truth that lives beneath all noise, all striving, all fear, a truth so constant, so all-encompassing, that we often overlook it. Not because it's hidden, but because it's everywhere, always there. And Unity's first principle reminds us, as you said, God is everywhere, always present in every circumstance. The divine energy underlies and animates all of existence. Not sometimes, not only in sacred places, and not only when life goes good or when prayers seem like they've been answered, but always, everywhere, in every circumstance. And if we truly let that sink into our awareness, not just as a comforting idea, but as a living truth, it begins to replace how we see everything. Because if God is everywhere, there is no place where God's not. There is no moment outside of divine presence. And there's no situation beyond divine possibility. That means when you feel lost, God is there. When you feel uncertain, God's still there. And when you feel broken or overwhelmed, God's with you. And when you feel joyful, alive, and connected, God's there too. Not arriving, not leaving, not withholding, just simply being. Many of us were raised with an image of God as distant, somewhere far away, watching from above, intervening occasionally, judging frequently and responding selectively, maybe if you're good enough. That image creates distance. It creates hierarchy. And it creates the idea that we must reach out, strive harder, or somehow earn divine presence. Got to be good enough. But unity invites us into a radically different understanding. For what I think is an understanding that mankind itself is evolving towards letting go of what happened a couple of thousand years ago, 1,000 years ago, when we were controlled by the church, told what to think, what to believe. I think we're becoming more open to what we believe. God is not separate from creation. God is not an external force occasionally visiting us. God is the very essence within all life. The intelligence that organizes the stars, the energy that causes seeds to grow, and the rhythm that sustains your breath, your heartbeat. This is not separate from God. This is God in expression. The life moving through you right now is not something you possess. It is something you participate in. And that life is divine. Imagine at the edge of the ocean and watching the waves roll in. You've heard us say that many times. Each wave rises, forms, curls, and eventually dissolves back into the vastness from which it came. If a wave could think, it might believe it is separate. It might compare itself to other waves, bigger, smaller, stronger, weaker, and it might even fear its own ending. But the truth is, the wave is never separate from the ocean. It is the ocean expressing itself in a particular form for a moment in time. And that's what we're doing in this form that we are. We are an expression of God, a unique aspect of God. But in this physical sense, we're living just for the blink of an eye in a human form. We'll get into that here in a minute. In the same way, each of us is an individual expression, individualized expression of the one divine presence. We are not separate beings trying to find God. We are expressions of God, temporarily experiencing life in this form. And just every wave is made of the same water, every person, every creature, and every moment is made of the same divine substance. This is what it means to say God is everywhere. Metaphor alone, but as a metaphysical reality. Now, here's where this principle becomes deeply practical and sometimes challenging. If God is present in every circumstance, then that must include the moments we resist. It must include the unexpected loss, the difficult relationship, the uncertainty that keeps you awake at night, the moments when life does not unfold the way you planned. That happens with me a lot. Sometimes that's good. And this does not mean that every circumstance is pleasant. It does not mean that pain is something we should glorify or deny, but it does mean this: no experience is empty of divine presence. There's no such thing as a God-forsaken moment. Even in the darkest circumstances, something within that experience carries the potential for transformation. Sometimes that presence shows up as strength you didn't know you had. Sometimes it appears as clarity that only comes after confusion. Sometimes it emerges as compassion born from having walked through a difficulty. And sometimes the divine presence is simply that quiet endurance that carries you through until light returns. When we stop asking, why is this happening to me? And begin asking, where is God in this moment? Things shift, change. We move from resistance to awareness, from fear to openness, and from isolation to connection. The presence of God does not come and go, but our awareness of it does. Think of the sun shining on a cloudy day. The light is still there, constant, unwavering, and even hidden behind layers of clouds. The clouds don't diminish the sun. They only obscure our view of it. In the same way, fear, doubt, anger, distraction can cloud our awareness of divine presence. But they don't remove it. God does not withdraw when we struggle. The divine presence does not disappear when life becomes complicated. It remains steady, unchanging, and available. So the spiritual journey is not about bringing God into our lives. It's about awakening to the presence that has already been there. That's always there. So how do we live this truth? Not just in theory, but in practice. We begin with awareness. In the middle of an ordinary day, we pause, not because something is perfect or everything is perfect, but because everything is permeated with presence. In the middle of a busy schedule, pause. In the middle of a difficult conversation, pause. And in the middle of uncertainty or fear, pause. Just take that moment to feel that presence. Allow yourself to center. Then face whatever it is you're facing in life. That makes a difference. And then gently remind yourself, God is here, right now. Not as something separate, not as something distant, but as the very life unfolding in this moment. You might feel that awareness is peace. You might experience it as a sense of grounding. And you might notice it as a subtle shift in perception. Or you might not feel anything at all. And that's okay too. But beneath truth is not dependent on feeling. The presence of God is not something you create, it is something you recognize. We start to see differently. We begin to look beyond appearances and recognize the divine essence within all things. We see it in nature, in the quiet intelligence and growth and renewal. We see it in moments of connection, when love flows freely between people. We even begin to see it in those we once judged or misunderstood. That doesn't mean that we ignore harmful behavior or pretend everything is acceptable. But it does mean we recognize that strength beneath every expression, no matter how distorted, there is still a core of divine life. And that recognition changes how we respond. It softens our judgments. It deepens our compassion. It invites us to respond from love instead of reaction. Because when you truly know that the same divine presence lives in everyone, separation begins to dissolve. There is a profound freedom in this principle. If God is everywhere, then there is nowhere you can go that is outside of God. There is no mistake that removes you from divine presence. There is no failure that disconnects you from the divine life, and no circumstance that places you beyond the reach of divine love. You cannot fall out of God. You cannot be abandoned by the very presence that is the source of your being. Even when you feel disconnected, even when you forget, God remains. Steady, present, unchanging, means you're never truly alone. Even in solitude, there is presence. Even in silence, there is life. And even in uncertainty, there is support. So when we begin to live from this awareness, our lives start to shift in subtle but powerful ways. We become less reactive. We begin to trust that there is something greater at work. We become more grounded because we know we are supported. We become more open because we recognize the sacredness in every moment. And we stop searching for God in distant places and begin recognizing God in everyday life, in a conversation, in a breath, in a moment of stillness, in the simple act of being. Somebody showed me a video this morning. I really loved it. I won't say who because it's a politician. So regardless of which side he's on, somebody's not going to like it. But he was at a graduation or giving a sermon, and he talked about life and God and sacredness. And he said, how can you walk through a field and see purple, the flowers, and not recognize that? That's when you separate yourself from God. Look around you, see the beauty that's there. See the love that's just waiting to go into your life if we just open ourselves to look, to feel, to be. So today, let this truth settle gently into your heart. There is nowhere you can go where God is not. There is nothing you can face alone. There is no moment empty of divine life. Right here, right now, God is. Not distant, not separate, not waiting to arrive. And you are not separate from that presence. You're an expression of it. You're sustained by it. You're one with the life that animates all things. So how do we know life? What is life about? I think we're all in this life, this experience, this human form for this moment is an opportunity to expand the truth of who we are, what we are, that unique expression of God, just waiting just to burst forth. And even in the good times, the bad times, I think the presence of God is there to guide us, to nudge us, sometimes to give us a shove. Because what I think we're all here to learn is love. You've heard me say more than once, I think the highest form of God is love. And I think we're each being nudged forward to express more of that love, to be more of that love, each in our own unique way. And that's not always pleasant. Sometimes we need a nudge. But life is teaching us, guiding us, sometimes kicking us in the butt. But it's leading us to grow, to learn, and to be what we are, who we are. And when we open ourselves to that, is when we open ourselves to be. So as I close this talk, excuse me, let's just take a slow breath and allow these words to settle within you. Divine presence is everywhere. It lives within me, around me, and through me. In every circumstance, I am held in God. There is no place I can go where God is not. I am never alone. I am one with the life of all that is. And in that knowing, there is peace. In that awareness, there is strength. And in that truth, there is freedom. So let's take that now into the time of meditation. So let's just sit back and allow the chair or wherever you are to support you. Just to take a deep breath, slowly in, slowly out, and be in this moment. And as we turn within, in this sacred moment, we become still, gently releasing the noise of the outer world and allowing our awareness to settle into the depth of our being. We acknowledge the presence, the one divine life that is everywhere, in all things, through all things, and as all things. Infinite Spirit, we recognize you not as distance, but as ever present. The very breath within our breath, the stillness within our hearts, the life that animates all creation. So in this moment, we open ourselves to that presence. We release any sense of separation, any belief that we are alone or disconnected. And we remember, you are here in this space, within our heart, and in every circumstance. So let's just experience God in the form of love for just a few moments and feel that love flow within us as us. And as we come back to this place, to this time, let us know you are an expression of love, a unique expression of God, and so it is.
Thank you. This is the time in our service when we have an opportunity to give back to the work of Spirit through our offerings and our tithes. We give in love and gratitude for our own prosperity in its many forms, which comes to us through God, our instant, constant, and abundant source. Will the ushers please come forward? I invite you to hold your offerings in your hand as we say our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all of the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive, and I am grateful.
Would the ushers please come forward? You win. And before we get going, well, let's bless this first. Please join me as we bless this offering.
My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me multiplied 1,000-fold as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes.
Okay, those of you who joined us online, some local, some not, need to grab a train, plane, automobile. We're having a spaghetti dinner on the 23rd, and we want you all to be here. So we'll be looking for you. Let's circle up. There we go. And our prosperity affirmation.
We
Affirm the continued growth and prosperity of Unity Spiritual Center of Waco, and we are grateful. And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
I am the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
I am the power of God.
And the presence of God watches over us.
I am the presence of God.
Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
This week, let us know God is always there. Let the church say, Amen. Amen.